Airways magazine has been hard at work at this year's Dubai Airshow. With the team on the ground, we have worked hard to try and ensure we brought you the news as it broke, from as many angles as we could. This year's airshow has proven to be very fruitful, with developments that came as a shock to some, but also saw orders from faithful customers that were expected at shows such as this. Let's break them down.
Starting on the 17th of November, the show hit the ground running with 5 major orders, the first of which was from flydubai, who selected General Electric's GE NX-1B engine to power its forthcoming fleet of Boeing 7879 Dreamliners. flydubai ordered 30 of the type at the last Dubai Airshow in 2023 at a cost of $11 billion. How and where the new Dreamliners will be operated is not yet clear. However, deliveries are expected from 2027. Embraer soon scored a dual order on day one from Helvetic Airways of Switzerland and Air Côte d'Ivoire. Helvetic placed an order for 3 E195-E2, with options for another 5, potentially bringing their E2 fleet up to 20 aircraft if they choose to activate their options. Helvetic Airways has seen great success with their E2 family since their introduction, and has been an industry leader with the type. Earlier in the year, they became the first airline to operate an E195-E2 to London City Airport commercially, proving the versatility and viability of such a large aircraft at such a small airport. Deliveries of their new order are due in late 2026. Air Côte d'Ivoire's order consisted of 4 of the smaller E175s, with options for another 8, with deliveries due from 2027 onwards. These aircraft are due to replace their fleet of 4-8 Q400s and will operate domestically and regionally. The airline has a modest fleet of 13 aircraft currently, largely made up of narrow-body Airbuses and the previously mentioned Dash 8s. They additionally have one Airbus A330-900 in service, with another on order. This order further strengthens Embraer's foothold on the continent, with African operators taking quite a liking to Embraer's modern and efficient lineup. Moving to Boeing, we start with Ethiopian Airlines, who committed to a further 11 Boeing 737 MAX 8s, adding to their current fleet of 21 aircraft, and a previous order backlog of an additional 30. This will bring their eventual total to 62 of the type moving ahead. The airline's CEO, Mesfin Tasu, said, "The order will support our growth plans that we have set as part of our vision and strategy. We are happy that our partnership with Boeing continues to grow over the years, and we look forward to flying Boeing airplanes for years to come, and that we will continue to serve our customers by bringing them high-performance airplanes with passenger comfort." Sticking with Boeing, the show's host airline, Emirates, secured an order for an additional 65 Boeing 777-9s worth $38 billion at list price, and bringing the type's order backlog to 622 units. Emirates now has an order backlog of an astonishing 270 777-9s, by far the largest of any airline. The problems surrounding the 777X's development are far from secret, but Boeing maintains that the wait is worth it. However, that hasn't stopped the airline from committing to multiple monumental orders for the type. But what was interesting was the airline's backing for Boeing's study into the feasibility of a 777-10. The 777-10 currently hasn't been launched, but would be the largest of the 3 main variants of the 777X. Returning to Africa, Air Senegal placed an order with Boeing for 9 737 MAX 8 aircraft, marking the largest order in the airline's history so far. They currently have a fleet of 12 largely Airbus and ATR aircraft, so this order may signal a decisive pivot in the airline's long-term strategy. These new 737s will allow Air Senegal to reach secondary cities in Europe, as well as complementing their existing and future route networks from their base in Dakar. Day 2 of the airshow started off well and proved to be Airbus's time to shine. The day started with a second order from Ethiopian Airlines, this time for 6 additional A350-900s. The airline CEO stated, "We are delighted to expand our Airbus fleet size with this order and strengthen our partnership with the Airbus company." As the continent's leading airline and the largest operator of the A350, this milestone order further supports our vision to grow sustainably while providing a world-class travel experience to our passengers and strengthening our position as the aviation leader in Africa. The airline currently has 20 of the smaller A350-900 in their fleet, now with 13 still on order. Sticking with the A350-900, Airbus received a memorandum of understanding to order up to 40 of the type from the Spanish airline Air Europa. Air Europa is notably an all-Boeing airline at present, with a fleet consisting of 737s and 787s. This order is a strategic milestone in Air Europa's fleet development, accelerating its profitable growth by renewal of the current wide-body fleet, said Juan José Hidalgo, president of Air Europa. The airline currently flies routes between Spain and South and North America, and has struggled financially recently.
However, this new order may suggest that better days are ahead for Air Europa.
Abu Dhabi's Etihad Airways was next in the queue for Airbus on day 2, with them signing an order for 6 A330-900s from Airbus directly, as well as signing a leasing agreement with Avalon, the aircraft leasing firm, for an additional 9 airframes, bringing the total to 15 units. Additionally, Etihad also signed up for 7 A350-1000s and 3 A350 freighters, bringing their A350 type commitments to 27 and 10 units respectively. In perhaps the most unexpected order of the show, flydubai came away from the Airbus chalet with an MOU for 150 A321neos. This order was so unexpected because the airline currently has an all-Boeing fleet and has rarely, if ever, flirted with the idea of ordering from Airbus before now. The reasoning behind this shift appears to be fleet diversity and a wish to expand properly into Dubai World Central, the city's new airport, in due course. Boeing's only order of the day was from Gulf Air, based in Bahrain, for 15 787s and options for a further 3. This will more than double the airline's fleet of 10 787-9s, which cover its flagship and furthest flung routes. Airbus and Boeing both scored wins on day 3, with business being somewhat more modest than day 2, but still noteworthy. The first order came from Silkway West Airlines of Azerbaijan, placing an order for 2 additional A350 freighters, doubling their order for the type. Silkway West Airlines is a subsidiary of parent company Silkway Airlines, also based in Azerbaijan. Deliveries are due from 2027 onwards. Sticking with Airbus, Burak Air of Libya signed a memorandum of understanding with Airbus to purchase 10 A320neos. Burak Air is a modest airline with just 6 narrow-body aircraft and 1 scheduled route between Tripoli and Istanbul, with them reserving a large portion of their fleet for charter operations. Stealing the show today, though, was Boeing and flydubai, with them signing a memorandum of understanding for 75 Boeing 737 MAXs and options for a further 75, for a total of 150 units. This reaffirms the airline's commitment to Boeing after eyebrows were raised when the airline signed a memorandum of understanding for the same number of Airbus A321neos on day 2 of the show. Emirates also showed its face on day 3, with them placing an order for an additional 6 Airbus A350-900s. The airline introduced the type into their fleet a year ago and has been deployed on shorter and lower demand routes that aren't suitable for its Boeing 777s. They have used their new fleet of A350s to showcase the latest in their cabin product lineup, with the aircraft receiving very positive feedback from its passengers. There had been speculation that Emirates may finally order the larger A350-1000. However, this has been ruled out for this airshow. Emirates has spoken highly about the A350-1000, however, outlines that it would only order it if its engines were optimized for hot and sandy climates such as Dubai. In these conditions, the type's current engines, the Rolls-Royce Trent XW B97s, currently suffer from faster wear and tear than Emirates would like in these conditions, therefore making it far more expensive to operate than they would like. While gaining no orders, attention has to be paid to COMAC's attendance at the show. COMAC has attended air shows previously, such as Farnborough last year. However, this is the first time that they have brought an aircraft to a show outside of the Asia-Pacific region, with them bringing their C919. Even with no orders, by physically bringing their flagship aircraft to one of the most important and international air shows of the year, would-be prospective customers had the chance to see their product up close at their own convenience. Shows like Dubai are not just about orders, they are also about first impressions, and this new exposure at a highly international airshow, where billions of dollars were exchanged, could well be an early step in COMAC's strategy to challenge Airbus and Boeing outside of China. This year's Dubai Airshow has been highly eventful, with a total of 146 firm orders, with an additional 366 aircraft signed for through extra options and memorandums of understanding, for a combined total of 512 aircraft signed for, split across Airbus, Boeing, and Embraer. From most to least orders, Boeing came away from the show with a total of 253 orders across the majority of their lineup. Airbus followed close behind, with a total of 230, and Embraer finished with 20 overall. A special recognition has to be paid to Airways magazine's team on the ground, who worked tirelessly to break the news as it happened, working incredibly long hours to bring high-quality content across our outlets.